Hi guys, welcome back to Just Jordan 33. And we have another update. I think we're going on like week 17 or 18. I don't know. It'll be in the title, it'll be in the description. But we have a 2-week update. I waited because I wanted to do, because something was about to happen, and I figured I'd just do one big update instead of like doing a little tiny 2-minute update of something's about to happen. Anyway, so the big news.
So this one's called It Happened.
It happened. So I'll do the 2 weeks ago, and then David will do the more recent update. So 2 weeks ago, Jordan found out that her companion was going to be leaving and going back to her other companion that was in the trio with her. So she had, when she first started in Iowa, she had 2 companions on her mission, and they were a trio. So her companion that she was left with after the one was going to go back with the former one.
I didn't know that.
And so her 2 trainers that taught her in Iowa are back. We're going to go back together.
Are they the leaders?
And they're the leaders.
Yeah, that's
okay, and then her news is that she was going to possibly, since they're going back, then she would become a trainer herself.
Can you imagine?
This is a big deal, guys. To explain why it's a big deal to be a trainer.
All right, so to be a trainer, you're actually getting somebody that's right out of the training center, that's brand new missionary, that really knows nothing, and you have to teach them all the mission rules. Basically, you're the person that's going to help them start off on the right foot and have a successful mission. So there is a lot of responsibility to that, but you have to be ready yourself. And Jordan's only been out there for a couple months, so this is that's fast turnaround. They call it a turnaround trainer.
Yeah.
Right? Because she just finished her training.
Yeah.
And our dogs are yelping in the background.
We'll be right back.
All right, so the dogs are quiet now. They thought we had left them. You might see their faces pop up behind us here.
They want to go for a walk with us.
They want to go for a walk or a ride.
Anyway.
It's so hot right now.
Back to Jordan. So, being a trainer, she was hyper-focused on, anyway, in her mission, just trying to learn the Spanish language so she could communicate with those she was serving. But there's a lot more to it that you need to know, like the different area and just a bunch of other things.
In your area. You have to know who the people are that you're visiting. You have to take lead. You
have to take lead of contacting people, making those calls, making those appointments, where you're going for the day, what you're doing for the day. So there's a lot of things that go into it. So that was like the news that she was getting, was that that's coming, that she's going to be a trainer. Also, she had another change.
Are we on our old people rockers?
We're on our rockers.
Oh, we're just rocking.
So, also, we had another change, is that she got a new, they call them branch presidents. So let me give you a little rundown of how in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is the mission that Jordan is serving, a church, or she's serving a mission for the that church. So in the church, we have what we call wards. And these are just like people that are in an area that go to the same, it's a congregation. So they meet in groups because otherwise, I don't know, it could be...
It's somewhat organized based upon
very organized.
Geographical regions, and so the congregation is called a ward, and they go at specific times.
And so people in the ward can look out for each other, teach each other, and just be there for each other. Anyway, so she's in what's called a branch, because where there is not big enough area or not enough members in an area, then they have a smaller meeting place, and those are called branches. So her branch president, which in a ward we call them bishops, that's who kind of presides and leads over the meeting. So like in other churches you have your priests, right? Is that what they're called?
Or your cardinals, your bishops.
Okay.
Or your...
So in our church we have they're called bishops. And in a branch they're called the the branch president. Sorry, I'm like, there's so many terms, okay? I'm trying to teach you. Branch president. So her branch president in Iowa, anyway, left the area. He moved, and they got a new one in, and this one had spoke Spanish a little bit, but a long time ago, and so he's working hard to learn Spanish. And what's really cool, she says, is that it has brought her a lot of comfort to see someone else who kind of understands her struggles with learning the language to communicate with those who you're serving. And she says it's been really cool to watch this branch president, how he is just served with love and he has given it his all to understanding the language. And not only that, but his family, even his kids were trying to sing the hymns in Spanish. And so that's really tough, especially like when you don't know the language. And
That's
she
really
says
tough.
it was really nice to see the family all jumping in to support him. And just that she's like, I learned so much from him in one day, the one day he was here. And just also the feeling of that somebody finally understands like what she's been going through with her struggles.
They're walking down the same path
So
together.
very cool. So that was that week's update. Now David's going to give you this week's update.
All right, this one starts out, "This week has been crazy," with lots of Y's. And she says, starting out, she had to say goodbye to her companion that Katie was talking
It
about.
happened, so it really did.
And that happened on a Tuesday. And so on a Wednesday, her new companion wasn't coming until Thursday. So she went with some other missionaries
Temporary.
for the day. For the day and night. So it was supposed to be temporary. But her new companion was delayed because she was coming from Mexico City. And there was a delay in Dallas. And I guess her companion had to spend the night there. So Jordan had to stay one extra day with these two other sisters. So
Yeah.
Long story,
There was a group of missionaries that had struggled
Yeah, I
getting
think it was
in with
'cause
their
of storms.
flights.
There was
Yeah,
storms or something.
it kind of messed up a lot of missionary schedules, but everybody made it fine. They
Yeah.
were safe. It just took longer than they thought.
So while she was doing that, she was working her area as well as these other sisters' areas. They're both Spanish, but it was like instead of having a small area to cover, they had two areas, so it was
Huge
really
area.
big. So they were driving, running around, making phone calls because they're
Because
super busy right now.
They also do a lot. I know we've mentioned this before, but they do a lot of service projects, and so now you're talking service projects in two areas.
We'll be right back.
Alrighty, we are back to a different location
Different
because
scenery.
noise is drawn to cameras. That's all I have to say.
Every time we film, oh my
If
goodness.
we turn on the camera and we're outside, people are drawn to it without realizing they're even drawn to it,
The
and they
dogs
make a
wanna say
lot
hi.
of noise.
Say hi, Atlas. Hi, and Logan. Atlas is right here.
That's
Okay.
Jordan's dog.
All right, sit down.
Okay.
All right, so
I don't know where we left off at.
even cooler is I went and checked the mail while we were waiting, and a letter came from Jordan's mission president, and just explains the trainer. I'll read it here real fast. Okay. It says a great deal of trust is placed on a trainer as she guides an inexperienced missionary with limitless potential. The skills and lessons learned will go with that sister for the rest of her mission. Missionaries never forget their trainers, and it is true.
So that's our mission president sent us a letter thanking our daughter for serving as a trainer and how important it is.
Yeah, so it's really awesome. Jordan's a trainer,
That's nice.
so she's super excited. She is nervous, but she's super excited. She went to a meeting at church this week. In the message, I just want to read the message. It says, prioritize time to ponder. So take time to ponder. So sometimes you hear a message, but you just hurry up and get back on your daily activities, and you don't even really think about what you heard or learned. Atlas is in the background.
I know, now we got more noise. That's why I'm smiling. I'm like,
So it says, take time to ponder. She says, I want to extend that same invitation to you. If it's only 5 minutes each day that you peacefully take a moment where you can actively listen for the Spirit, it'll make an impact in your life and keep you grounded amid the craziness. So I think that's a really good message from Jordan.
because if you have questions about what direction to take in life, or you're just wondering whatever's going on in your life, whatever trial you're trying to overcome and you're trying to figure out how to overcome it, how are you going to know unless you take time to just kind of stop whatever you're doing, stop from listening to the craziest of the world, the social media, the internet, the news, everything, the music, everything. Just kind of like find a quiet moment, and I think that you'll be able to start finding quicker ways to kind of help with your trials.
Yep.
At least comfort or
Listen for the
Help
answers that come
overcome
from the
them.
source. So when you're praying, take
Yeah.
a moment to listen for the answer. So
because you can't just ask and then not listen, or else what's the
say,
point?
I need help, and then you get up and just run away and
You're like,
don't listen.
Hey,
The
can
answer
you
could
teach me
come.
how to cook? Bye.
Yeah, and so the answer's coming, but you're not there to listen. So Jordan
Yeah.
says, I'm so happy to be a missionary with exclamation marks. We've been constantly running from place to place, working hard. Needless to say, I'm sleeping really good at night. Which, when she was here,
I'm sure she is.
she was like staying up all night, so that's good. She says, God is good. He loves you. Don't forget to pray. And that's her message from this week.
That's very good.
So, and her new companion is a chef.
And she loves her new companion.
Yeah.
But she really misses her 2 other former companions too.
So it'll be
She's been
interesting to hear her next message as she talks about how she is learning and growing as a trainer, and then also as she's coming to know her new companion better. So it'll be cool.
That's true. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you so much again for supporting Jordan. She does appreciate it. I do send some of your kind words over to her, and we just love you guys, and thank you. And that's it for this week's update, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.